NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll take that, 14 yards on play number 1. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Javonte Williams with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Chargers, nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 21. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. The Chargers at 7-3 now on the year, and they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Herbert off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. But Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the 1st down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On second down, Williams. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
74 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to set as you.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Wilson's throw caught here by Dulcich.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Johnny Townsend to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Well, not good at all. A punt of just 24 yards there. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chargers' 43-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 81 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a dump off here complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Over the middle. That's Sutton.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Second and 1 from the 2.
They run it again with Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams
With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns.
McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0.
Broncos 14. Chargers nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 1st and 10, Herbert.
Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb, his 2nd sack of the night.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Herbert.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Williams. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 125 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They go play action with Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's got a man, it's Sutton, that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Out to his left. Looking for Gibson, and he's got him going across the formation. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now it's 2nd and 9. It's Eckler again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw here, Herbert.
This is swung out to Eckler.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a give running left is Eckler. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Eckler again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. the touchdown. Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
134 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 14, 19. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Now Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
They go play action now. Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go back to the ground with Williams. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up. Work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. Now Williams running left.
They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
To throw is Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Williams, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Williams again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
Javonte Williams.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack.
Herbert. And that's caught by Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Throwing, Herbert. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now Herbert.
Williams brings it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Herbert going to throw.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Herbert to throw.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And the Broncos aren't able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 16 at the 45-yard line.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. The busy night continues for Williams. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Throwing now is Wilson. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught, and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Football all of the face. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. They homilators, goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket.